What's up, guys? Mike here, head trader at True Trading Group, September 25th. The news headlines are still flooded with impeachment inquiry headlines. So this day, the lesson that we're going to talk about is really the impeachment inquiry trade, because my trading today, I made 3 trades today. 2 different SPY option trades. Actually, this is a kind of the trades from today. I sold out of the put options I bought yesterday. So if you missed yesterday's video, go check it out. Sold out of them this morning when we broke below yesterday's low on the SPY for a nice little profit on that when the transcript of the phone call came out and was released between President Trump and the president of Ukraine. Then we dropped right into a major technical level on the SPY. So my next trade was getting long, not getting long, but buying SPY call options for a bounce off of that 294.50 area, and we got a great bounce up all the way back up to 298. I pulled out 112% on the bulk of that option position, and I still left a ton on the table. Okay, I left a ton on the table. You can see we went all the way up to 298 before the close. I left easily another 150% on the table, maybe more. But I'm not going to complain. 112% on the bulk of the position is still a really, really good trade. I'm really happy with it. You can never be upset about not making enough money. So don't beat yourself up over stuff like that. If you guys make a really good trade and you pull out some good P&L, but the stock still continues higher, analyze it, see what you could have done differently, but don't get upset about it because, your job as a trader is not to catch a stock's entire move. Your job is to make money. Okay, so if you do that, pat yourself on the back. Don't be upset. Okay, when you make a good trade, you've got to pat yourself on the back. It's important for your confidence. You can't make a good trade. I can't pull out 112% on the bulk of my position on an option trade and then be upset that I could have made more money, because then you're never gonna be satisfied with your trading, and you need that confidence, and you need to feel like you're doing well and you're progressing. That's important. So that's a quick little mental note that I want to make sure you guys are that you keep in you keep in focus, and that you keep in mind. Okay, so let's get to these SPY trades. That's the focal point of the video. I also traded Roku a little bit today. Roku was a tough one today. I got long in the morning. I sold a piece of the position for a profit, and then I sold out the rest when we were heading back down. We actually broke the low of the day in the afternoon, and then just turned around and went right back up to the highs. Very strange action in Roku as it just kind of consolidates through. But let's first talk about the SPY trade. Yesterday, before the close, right there, I bought SPY put options because I thought when Nancy Pelosi gave her speech yesterday, I'll do a quick breakdown, guys, for those of you that have not been following and don't know what's going on with this impeachment inquiry. Let me give you kind of an update. So we all know the Democrats were trying to impeach Trump for the last 2 years because of Russia. The Russia investigation came, it went, nothing happened. They were not able to move forward with impeachment. Then there was this random whistleblower in the intelligence community that said that they were concerned about a phone call that Donald Trump had with the president of Ukraine, insinuating that the president threatened to withhold military aid and military funding to Ukraine unless the president of Ukraine looked into these conspiracy going on between Joe Biden and his son. So what happened is Joe Biden is on video bragging about how he forced Ukraine to get rid of the prosecutor, the lead prosecutor in their government, and he's made a comment about, if you don't remove this guy, before I leave, which is in 6 hours, then you might not get the money. And I don't remember what in the video what the amount of money was. I believe in the video he says what the amount of money was. And no one is this is Joe Biden that said this. So It turns out later that it comes out that that prosecutor was investigating a company for corruption and fraud that Joe Biden's son was involved with. So that is what started all of this. Trump then has a conversation with the president of Ukraine, and the president of Ukraine is talking about buying some missile defense systems from the United States. And President Trump says, well, I'd also like you to do me a favor, though, and there's a lot of talk about this Joe Biden issue. Can you look into this for me? And that was it. And the Democrats are now saying that along with other things, they say that there's other things, but this is what we know, okay? And I'm not talking from any political standpoint or side of the aisle. This is what's going on. I'm talking to you as a trader and how a trader is analyzing. I will never talk politics on this channel, guys, I promise you, okay? I'm talking to you as a trader, okay? So what happens now basically is that they're saying, or Trump, the Democrats are saying that that's an impeachable offense, as well as some other things. They said that Trump pressured the president of Ukraine. They forced him to do things to benefit him politically, and that's why they're going after now an impeachment inquiry. The president of Ukraine has publicly came out. He actually said it today when him and Trump were together at the UN and did a live little press conference together. He said, nobody pressured me. The phone call, he wasn't pressuring me on the phone. It was a totally normal conversation, and said that, what he's being accused of did not take place. So Trump then came out and he said, you know what? I'm going to release the transcripts of this phone call, and those transcripts came out today. And when the transcripts came out, there was no smoking gun. There was no blatantly glaring, obvious statement where he clearly broke the law and is clearly an impeachable offense. There was nothing, at least in the transcript of this phone call that's in question. There was no smoking gun. When that transcript came out, we sold off yesterday, and this is where I'm going to talk to you about the impeachment inquiry trade, and that's why I'm kind of calling this video that, because it's that coupled with trusting a really strong technical level and technical support level in order for me to get long and buy some SPY options and expect this bounce back in the SPY, and we got it, and it was a really good one. Yesterday, the market sold off when there got word out that Nancy Pelosi was now going to move forward with an impeachment inquiry. That's why we sold off yesterday. Okay. Now, coming into today, if there's no smoking gun, that's going to ease impeachment fears. And when we didn't have that smoking gun, we were sitting right at a major support level. Okay. I take you guys to the daily chart. I've been talking about this 294 and change area for quite some time. And here you guys can see for the entire month of August, major resistance up there around 294 and change, and then bang. There it is right there. Perfect support at that level. 50-day moving average is sitting there, and that's how I was able to get some call options, trusting this level, and it worked out perfectly. Okay, it worked out perfectly. There's that level. There's that line I just drew on my screen. So getting back to today, right off the bell, I was upset with the put options I bought yesterday because we didn't sell off on Nancy Pelosi's speech. But right off the bell, we kind of just started to sell off, and I said, okay, well, as long as we're pulling in on the market, there's no reason for me to exit these put options. We ended up rolling over and breaking down below the lows, and I started taking some profits off the table on that position. Now you guys can see I took some profit off at 92 cents. This is the 295 strike today expiration put options. I bought them yesterday at 77 cents. If you missed that video, go back, check it out. So I got rid of some at 92 cents, and then we broke through the lows. That was right here, okay, is where I took some off at 92 cents. We broke through the lows. As we broke through yesterday's low, I took more profit off the table at $1.10, again, from the 77-cent entry. And then this is when I realized that it may be time to get long. A huge snapback, bounce back, and right there, okay, on this move, this bounce back move is where I decided to get flat those put options at 71 cents. So a nice little profit on those options from yesterday. That's how I started my day. But the focal point of this trade is not so much the profit on the way down. It's recognizing the support level that we just got put in place. At this exact moment, literally, this exact moment is when the transcripts of the phone call got released. Okay, we dipped, and then there was no smoking gun, and we snapped right off of where? That support level. Okay, again, I'll leave this line up there. Let's go back to the daily chart. Here's this previous resistance level. Okay, we go back to the intraday chart. That's exactly where we bounced off of. And this strong bounce, that is one hell of a snap off that level. We got down there, we touched it. No smoking gun, bang. No smoking gun is going to do one thing. It's going to ease the worries of impeachment that we saw yesterday. Yesterday's big sell-off was because of impeachment fears. Now, the transcript comes out, no smoking gun. That's going to ease impeachment fears. At the same time, sharp bounce off of a major key technical support level. That's all I needed to decide, guys, we're going to bounce from here. And I went ahead and I bought SPY call options right there. Back to my trade announcements here. You guys can see at 10:16 this morning, I bought the 296, today's expiration call options at 49 cents. Stop loss is going to be if the SPY got back below the 294.50 and got back down towards the low of the day. So there's the entry right there on those call options, the 296 strike. And here you guys can see, then we start this climb and we start to make this move, and I start peeling profits off the table. The bounce was on. Okay, 20 minutes after my entry, I took some off the table at 63 cents, 25% of the position. Then the bulk of my position off the table just before 11 o'clock. Okay, as we extend higher, right there was the bulk of my position. Okay, here's the first take profit. Here's the second take profit at $1.04. That is a 112% gain on those contracts, and that's the bulk of my position. That was 50% of the position that I was holding. I was holding on to 25% of it, and then this is where I left a lot on the table. I started to get a little concerned here because we were topping out at the same area that, so this yesterday is when Donald Trump said, I authorized the release of the transcript, and we topped out right at this 297 area. I started to notice that we were starting to find resistance up at this 297 area, and I started to get concerned with my option contracts because they expire today. So the longer that today goes, and the longer that the SPY trades sideways, the more that time decay is going to speed up. And time decay, I started to see it. Time decay really started to eat into the value of my contracts. When I took 50% of my position off the table right here when the SPY was at 296.50, these contracts were at $1.04. That was my take profit. We went all the way up to like $1.10, $1.05. But then now here we are 2 hours later, sitting at exactly the same price on the SPY, but these contracts were trading at 80 cents. Okay, that is time decay. Okay, the value of the option contract is going to decrease to only be worth its intrinsic value, or however much it's in the money by the time it expires. So the longer we sat here, the more that time decay is going to be eaten into my contracts. So on this little red candle, it looked like we tried here 1, 2, 3, 4 times and we got denied. And I said, you know what? And this time decay is starting to eat away. I'm going to get flat there. And I got flat here at 88 cents. Still a really good trade, guys. I got long at 49 cents. Okay, but then look at how much I left on the table. Later on in the afternoon, bang, we broke through 297, went all the way up to 298, and these contracts went all the way to $2. They went all the way. We didn't close up at $2. They closed up like $1.50, but they went all the way to $2. And getting flat at 88 cents is like, man, I left a pretty big chunk there on the table. But again, I can't be upset about it. It's still a really good trade, guys. Good P&L day. Between the put options in the morning from yesterday, the call options here today. I traded Roku a little bit today. Roku, I'll just go over this real quickly with you guys. Roku, I'm long right there. Back to my trade announcements. I can see long Roku at 104.37, stop loss to 103 area. And that's because I was really looking at Roku. It's more like right here. Okay, I was looking at Roku after yesterday. I caught this move in Roku yesterday. Okay, and I thought maybe that was going to be a temporary bottom, and I thought Roku had a chance to get back up and test this area, this 110, 111 area. I thought we were going to get back up there today, but we just didn't have enough juice. The stock was still kind of weak. I took 25% of my position off the table right there at the new high of the day. Okay, here we are. Took some off at 106.69. Okay, but then we just kind of rolled this thing over and we got down here. We couldn't get going. and I got flat right there. Where are we? Here we are. Sold out remaining Roku at 103.20. So little bit of a loss there on that trade. Okay, because I only took 25% off up here, so I sold the bulk of the position down here for a loss. Just couldn't get going. Then you can see it actually made a brand new low and then rallied back to the high of the day and actually made a new high before the close. So kind of a tough day there trying to trade Roku, but the SPY option trades, guys, were spot on. And this is how I'm using the impeachment inquiry trade. This is what I'm doing. I like it. I mean, listen, it makes our government, our political system look like a circus show, but it provides great volatility and opportunity for us as traders. You can now just add this impeachment headlines. You can add that as another X factor to possibly move the markets. You've got the Fed, you've got China trade deal, you've got Iran, now you've got impeachment inquiries. I mean, it's like almost every single day there's a potential news headline that can move the market, that can provide us traders really good opportunities. You just have to be ready to act. You've got to know where your levels are, trust your levels, but also have a very good understanding of the fundamental aspect and how these fundamental catalysts will move markets. You have to have an understanding of what's going on. That's why I make these videos. That's why I take the time to explain to you what is going on. Why is the market moving the way that it is? So you can take that information and then use it to your benefit in identifying trade opportunities. That's exactly what I did today in the SPY, and it worked out beautifully. I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. Take care.